Alright folks, let's go ahead and get started. We have got a problem. And that is this. I have no idea how to get magnesium. I've been looking all through the quest bits here. Nothing. I'm sure it's required somewhere, but I can't find where it is in here. If you happen to know, I would love to find out. But we've got a couple of tasks that we need to do. We're not going to get them all done right now, but in the near future, we need to make nichrome so we can upgrade these coil blocks. We need to process all of these over here. I went the wrong way. All of these. I did have to stop and throw in some super chests here because they were getting bogged down. And really, I'm looking at this thinking, we could probably go with a couple more of these. The problem, of course, is we don't know how to get any of this stuff. So that's going to probably have to wait until after we get tungsten steel and we can make more gravel and sandies. And then maybe last but not least, I am running up some of this Kovar. We made this Kovar, oh man, I don't know how long ago. But we finally have a couple of free vacuum freezers, so we can probably sneak them in there since they don't run all the time. Yeah. So I've got a list here. Again, if you remember, we're trying to make the large electrolyzer controller. Now we don't need this right this very second. In fact, it's maybe a little silly to do. Oh, I can't go down here. Wonder why that happened. But, I already ran the phosphate through here and got the phosphorus and the oxygen. We don't care about the oxygen. And then the phosphorus, we can make 5. Oh, that's the rare earth. We don't care about that either. We're making tons of that. But the phosphorus, we run through not the chemical reactor, through the mixer. No. Oh, wait, no, we just throw it right into the blast furnace, right. With a small pile of gallium arsenide and 5 stacks of silicon with some nitrogen, and in fact, we could probably make that happen, now that I'm looking at that. So we'll go ahead and hold on to some of that. Oh, hey! I have got enough for 13. That's not bad. Yeah, so I'm kind of just trying to clean up some of the stuff here. I'm feeling much more optimistic than I was, several episodes ago. And it's only been one episode, but I really like the shorter format. I don't feel like I have to get quite as much done, and I don't get lost quite as much. So this one we're going to run through, and we're going to look quickly at magnesium. So magnesium dust is what we're trying to get. And, I mean, there's so many different ways to get it, but the problem with a skyblock like this is, where do you get purified olivine dust? Well, you get it from the olivine thing, which you get from olivine, which we don't get, I guess. We can get it from soapstone is where you normally get it from. But again, I don't see where we get soapstone from. Yeah. So, magnesium is not turning out to be super easy. So we got a couple of options. We can do 100 millibuckets of lava and have I get it real close so I can see that. A 2.5% chance. So we have to go through, 4 buckets of lava at 100 each. In the centrifuge, it won't be too bad because, what is that? No. We're at HV. So it'll only be 1 second. But still, that's 40 seconds to get 1. I don't like that. And we need 2 to run it through the electrolyzer and get magnesium and oxygen. So that's a lot. We could do it. It's not a big deal. In fact, I'm kind of starting to think maybe we should just set that up to go and come back to it later. We can do ashes, but again, ashes is 12 seconds. Well, let's see. So the centrifuge. We can do the we've got the centrifuge thing, so that would be 0.1 seconds. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Magnesia dust here. Ashes, 0.75 seconds. And we get a 15% chance. I had to look real close. 15, not 1.5, 15% chance. And it looks like it doesn't change with tier. So what is that, 6 or 7 seconds? So that's not bad, but ashes is kind of a limited resource. So this one though this is what, a 1 to 7 ratio. Biotite is a 1 to 7 ratio. And that's an electrolyzer though. So I don't know that I love that. And we get a ton. Well, we get fluorine. So biotite has been kind of, you can see right here, it's been on my list for a while. But the problem is where do we get that? We have to run it through stone dust, and then we only have a 1 in 9 chance. And that's in the centrifuge at 6 seconds. So again, that's not really super awesome. Deep slate is 0.45 seconds. But we have to make a ton of deep slate, and we have to crush it. It's not seeming super fast. Obsidian dust is an 8 to 1 ratio, but it gives us straight magnesium, which is nice. So, you know, whereas this was a 7 to 1, it's really like a 14 to 1 because we get the magnesia. But here, this one's just a straight 8 to 1. And it does require going through the electrolyzer, but we do have unlimited obsidian. So, you know, maybe that's one's okay. And this one is pyrope, but I couldn't find pyrope, so I don't know why I marked that one. Marble dust was another one. This one's an 8 to 1. And it's also in a centrifuge, so that's nice because, you know, we can just do it. But we got to get a bunch of marble dust. And then lastly was Fuller's Earth. And we've got a bunch of Fuller's Earth, but this one is 21 to 1. And that's not seeming awesome to me. Plus, it's, you know, 4.2 in electrolyzer. I don't like that. Or it's actually 8.4 in an electrolyzer. So, what I think we're going to do is I think I've got some marble dust in here. And then we can... No, we don't want to centrifuge it. We want to craft it into marble. And then with that marble, we'll do it in a rock breaker and just get straight marble. I think that's probably our best plan right now. So what that means is I think we want to go make another one of these. But you know what, before I do that, so I have too many things just all around, all over the place. I was making things in batches before when we were like doing a lot of stuff. We've already made this as a large rock breaker, and that's going to require some red steel, which is a little bit of a pain to make, but not that bad. And then in here, do I have a rock crusher? I do. I already have one. Nice. Okay. So we have the thing that makes it big. Now, do we have any red steel? Actually, I might. I have 2. Okay. Well. And I have some red steel ingots. That's not anywhere near enough. So I don't like making red steel. Okay, and this guy's just been sitting here forever, and I find that funny. And every once in a while I gotta jump out here and check for... I don't have any lights out there, so if it gets dark, I'm gonna get a ton of mobs. But we've got one of the, if you remember, one of the shop options was to turn off rain and to turn off the day-night cycle. And it's not cheating if it's in there. Oh, hey. I did not notice that we could do this. 16 is a bit steep, though. They're pretty cheap to make. Wafers. No, I don't want wafers. I want the other ones. Yeah, none of the rest of these jet boots. The OW has the jet boots. Oh, interesting. We can just get... I never look at this. So, yeah. The magnet might be a bad idea, but I don't think I've got 32 points. I think I got 22. Although it does owe us 16, so you know we could justify that, right? If you're gonna cheat, justify it to yourself, right? Okay, so red steel it is. Let's look and see. No, I don't want that. I want this. We gotta run it through the vacuum freezer because nope. Red steel. Yeah. Oh, chemical bath, of course. That's how we've been doing it. But see, it's 20 seconds, and this one is 11.25 or 5.6. So we'll just throw it in the vacuum freezer. Right, so red steel dust. That's what we want, and we get that with black steel, brass, rose gold, and steel. Let's go ahead and make. Let's grab a stack of black steel and a half a stack of steel dust. I think we can make that happen. All right. Now, I have had in the past various combinations of those. Aha. Okay. So there's a good start. This is why I don't like making the red steel, because you've got to just constantly... Actually, it's down here. Nope, it's not. It's over here. We're going to need some steel dust. No big deal. That's what we said, 2 stacks. So, and luckily, we now have the macerator up and going. So the macerator will... This is the most ergonomically challenged base. Yeah. Okay, steel. And those will go through there. 3 ticks each, no big deal. But it's not outputting. Oh, it outputs down here. Derp. Why do I have... Oh, I didn't need 2 stacks. I need a half a stack. Okay, well, that'll be fine. And then in this one, I sometimes have... What do we say? We wanted bismuth bronzes for blue steel, right? Rose gold and brass dust. Okay, so brass is easy. But did I set up an automation for... I need to move this stuff over. It's not hurting anybody to be over here, but I would like to clear out this area completely and get rid of the turbine there. Let's see. That does not... Well, maybe it does. I don't have any blocks on me. Well, that's silly. Give me 1 sec. I'm not going to make you wait for me for that. Okay, it wasn't rose gold. It was, however, brass, which we needed. So what were we needing for rose gold again? Gold and copper. Make that happen. And as long as we're doing it, we may as well do it big. So we have copper. I'm always curious about these mixtures. Like some of them, you know, like Invar. You know, I was looking it up after playing, you know, all these different games that have got Invar in them. That's an actual real metal, right? It's nickel and iron. It's magnetic, and it's known for being invariant under temperature. That's why they call it Invar. Okay, so mixer. Apparently I was just making rose gold. Huh. Wonder where it went. 3. Now maybe we weren't then. Well, it's fine. Oh man. Did I mention? I think I mentioned last time. It's going to be nice when we get to the next tier. Okay, we only need 16 of this, so we're not going to wait forever for this to finish. And in fact, I'm just going to let this... Oh man. Here, do this. Okay, look. I just want to throw it all in. There we go. Okay, now the silver can go up there. And we have a problem. I just realized we need this mixer to do what we were going to do. Okay, so while we wait a little bit longer for that... Oh, I need to crush this. Okay, well, that should be like 2 seconds. Yeah, cool. Okay, so this is what we need to make the red steel. And while we wait for that to happen, let's run up real quick and see what we can do about... So there's a bunch of different tricks you can do for getting your hot stuff out of smelters. I think one of the easiest ones would just be to... you use a filter and you set it to filter of hot ingots, but no, I'm not super worried about it. So let's grab these. And backpack is easiest for me. So, you know, I've just got it right there, and the finger memory's all there. But you can also, you know, I think you put tape on it. Crate tape, yeah. So if I use tape on it, which is not expensive at all, we can move the crates around. But that's finicky, in my opinion. So I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just really like to get rid of these slimes. Okay, so we're actually... Oh, I was in the wrong place. I'm sorry. Look, buddy. Don't want to play. Now, if I recall... And do. And it will just start processing those Kovar. And then once that's done, we can go ahead and make the multi-block mixer. So this diamond sword, the only thing, well, that's not true, not the only thing I attack, but one of the only things, basically like 90% of what I attack is slimes. So that's all damage from the slimes. And that guy can just stay happily over there. Heck, I think I can go over here. Let's see, can he jump over? I don't think he can get up. Yeah, he can't get up on the wire. See, the lava is supposed to be a ward against it, and I can't figure out where they're coming from. Like, are the big giant ones like that? Are they spawning on the glowstone? Where are they spawning? They're not spawning on the. Maybe he spawned up that, but I would assume that I'd come over and see him over there. So I don't know. Is he missing any health? Nope. So he didn't spawn on top of there. I've covered everything. I mean, it's possible he's just spawning on the glowstone, but I was under the impression that was not possible. So I'll have to look it up at some point. I think we are just done with this. And we're just going to go through this because otherwise it's taking forever. Right. So, done? Done. Okay. Nope, not silver. Oh, no! No, not copper. What am I making? I can't help it. Oh, we need some silver for something. Betcha I've got it in here. Nope, it's not. It doesn't matter. Tumbaga we've got in there, though. We've got so much Tumbaga. Okay, I'm not going to make you guys wait for this. Let's go check and see how our... these are doing. They should be kind of close to done, don't you think? Where is it? Oh, output's right here. So we could do just one stack. That'll be probably close to enough. This is not what I was planning on doing, but you know, at the same token, I also really don't want to wait. So I hate waiting in the game. Better for worse. So once we've done this, can we do benders? I wonder if we can move a bender into the multi-block. That would be cool. And the reason why you make all these multi-block machines is because when we get to that point, we can just swap out the HV energy hatch for an EV one. You can only put one. We can't bootstrap to the next tier. But I can just put an EV energy hatch in here, obviously, and swap out the converter. And the wire and everything in all the infrastructure, but these machines don't have to get replaced, just that one block does. And by the time we get to that point, you know, we should be kind of automating the energy hatches, which is kind of a good idea. We should probably automate those energy hatches. Okay, you're done and you're done, so we can put them into the assembler on a 4. And I think we can just swap this over to a 6 and throw those in there. And we have our Kovar casings. And that might not be enough, actually. We need 26 minus 1, 2. We'll probably just do a bunch of input buses. It's a mixer, right? So what let's see if we can do this. Basic mixer. Oh, it goes all the way up to 21. I think 21 means that it's... No, I don't know what it means. There's lots of circuits. So I was thinking we'd do one circuit for every different type, but now I'm kind of thinking that's going to get confusing. Not that it wasn't confusing already. So maybe we do like 4, and the fourth one is the one we change. So right here, that's only 20, and we're getting... Oh, I already have 16. Yeah, we can do this. We can make this work. So the mixer is going to need an output bus and an output hatch, right? Because the mixer can mix liquids. Yes? Yeah, output bus, output hatch, input bus, input hatch. Well, we'll do... You can do so many. It's silly. So we have the input hatch, and then we said we were going to do an output hatch, and then we can do the input bus and an output bus. We're going to do the energy hatch, and we need a maintenance hatch. That's everything we need, right? I feel so silly when I have to come back down because I forgot something, but it's not true. I don't feel bad. I don't like wasting the time, but you know, it just is what it is. Except for, you know, when I'm recording a video and then I feel extra silly. All right, look. Okay, so we're gonna do a little bit of rearranging. Okay, so the output hatch, go ahead and put him... The hatch, no, we want the bus on the bottom. Because bus is items, and that's what we're going to tend to do. Plus, I've been doing bus on the bottom, I think. Gosh, as I have to say stuff, it's so self-analytical. And then all of these are on the... Oh. Well, that was silly. Okay, well... I don't have those all in the right place. I'll rearrange it when I upgrade TV, unless I forget, and then I won't. How's that for some solid board planning? Okay, so... I think we'll do input buses here. Yeah. And then do. We'll do another, do the input hatches over here. And then we should have plenty of Kovar to do what we need to do. Oh, you know what? We need to, it's fine. Just do this. And then hit that. Oh, that's the rock crusher. That was not intended, but we have to do it eventually. Mixer. For empty. Good. So... Did I pick... Oh, it looks weird. Okay. I mean, looks normal. Alright, now you are like so, and maintenance hatch can go here, except facing the proper direction, and both our casings go down. Nice. Okay, cool. So we had one extra. Okay, So output bus, output hatch. We'll go ahead and put this guy here. And the hatch can just do its thing. Right. And then what I think we're going to do is we're going to go 4. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll put signs on them. And it'll be 1, 1, 3. What else do we see a lot? Do we see 2s? I don't think we see 2s a lot, do we? In fact, here, we'll do this. Run over here. Run over here. And I don't know if you know this, but you can actually come over here and do a U on that one. There, not the other one. And let's see. Does it pop up in the mixer? It does. Nichrome. Okay, cool. Well, we want a 2 then. Because that's going to be one of the things we end up having to do manually a lot at some point. 2. And I know we do 3s a lot. And then this last one over here is going to be the variable. Oh, you know what? We're going to do it like this. We're actually going to put the sign right there because we have to check it, right? So write notes to myself and then completely forget that they're there when the time comes. Okay, cool. So what we nope, not yet, not yet. We have to swap that over, hit that with a little of that. You have power, and you were done with the red steel, but you weren't done with the rose gold. Right, and rose, I already forgot what it was. It was a 3, right? Yeah. So we should be able to put all of these in the 3. Oh, but then we have to actually set it, don't we? Uh-oh. Cold copper. Oh, I know. Do you know why? That's always so. It's like you know, I do a little programming in my spare time, and when the program doesn't run, and you kind of go, "What's wrong? Why isn't it working?" Okay, we need to run these through. No, as long as we should probably throw some nichrome in there too, as long as we're playing with this. Okay, but we are gonna run up here. This guy should be done with the Kovar. Not this guy. It's always funny for me. I have the same problem in real life. I just get used to going out and turning in a certain direction. So like at work, the office hallways are kind of a big circle. Oh, so close. Oh, we didn't even grab it. Good job. Good job. Where would it be? It would be over here. Red steel. Okay. The hallways in the office. That's what I was saying. It doesn't matter. They're a circle, and I find myself. I come out and I turn right every time. But there's like 3 places I have to go. Right. There's where I come in the circle. There's going to where I work, and then there's going to there. There's more than one building. Sometimes I have to go to meetings in the other buildings and whatnot. And so there's a different exit for that one. And it doesn't matter which variation of those I'm going to. I always turn right and then go the long way around if I need to. And that's highly amusing to me. Okay. Does it every time. Ridiculous. Okay. So let's let that chew for a little bit while we go set up some nichrome. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to get a lot of nichrome, I think. Actually, I've got a better idea. Let's look in here real quick. Centrifuge and electrolyzer. No. I keep coming down here. This is what I was used to earlier. Okay, we're gonna grab a couple of things. It's I've already got this memorized. It's this. 2 tempered glass. There's a 4 tempered glass. I guess not. I guess I don't have it memorized. It's a tempered glass and a motor and that. So it is 4 tempered glass. Okay. Made quite a number of these. So we'll just set up the nichrome to be automated. There's no reason not to. Because we're gonna basically end up replacing all of these. So I'd really like to have a fair dinkum of it. So we need you. We should probably set up the tempered glass to be automated at some point too. And is that's everything, right? Oh, the motor. Okay, so we got the advanced mixer. We will just run down here and hop over to the... Where was I making the glowstone? That place is full. Okay, no biggie. Okay, so I haven't mentioned this before, but I think that's just really funny. You get the little, like, ball of smog there. Okay, this is not going to be that big a deal, so just do that. We'll hit it with 3 ender drawers, which are automated somewhere, by the way. And then we'll hit it with 3 of those. Supply exact. Import. No, not alt. Control. There we go. Import and keep exact. Export. Okay, cool. So we need to go grab our steel. This is this little trek here. I haven't figured out a better way to do this. But I gotta run over here. I gotta go run this and grab the dust. It's nickel and chrome. Glad I remembered that. Nichrome. Let's double check. Nichrome. Should be 1 to 5 nickel and chrome, right? Or oh, 1 to 4. Okay, yes. Nickel. Shift. Left click. Oh, good. I almost messed that up a little while ago, and I was so frustrated. And then I remembered I had a backup. It was, I had just made a ton of stainless steel, and then I overwrote the stainless steel one. This is not what... See what I mean? I always turn right. Did I turn right there? I think I turned right. Anyhow, you go like that. You should have... I did not do something correct here. Keep exact. Keep exact. Okay. Try that again. Okay. And then chrome. I don't know that we have... I mean, I know we made chrome, but the question is... There's chromium. Is it chromium? Chromium. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's what we want then. Shift left click. And shift right click. You got power. You have no circuit. 2. Okay, this is the part that I enjoy. It gets a little repetitive, but I enjoy the part where, like, setting up a new automation is just no big deal. You can just go bam, 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 bam. Okay, lock that. And then basically we need to let that run. And then we're going to need to, I think what we're going to, not this side. I turned right again, didn't I? I have just had a sudden realization about my own character. I think we're going to end up just extending this all the way down. I'm not going to worry about the fact that it blocks the doorway. We'll just have a ladder or something that goes up and over. It's a little silly, but, you know, so be it. Yeah, so we'll, I'm going to extend this a little bit, and we will just carry on. It does, though, mean... I'll probably do this off camera. I'm going to let some of the stuff cook. but I'll grab, we have gallium arsenide somewhere in here. I think it's up here where we were making these things. Were we making stuff over here? There we go, that's where we're making it. We have a mixer that's making gallium arsenide somewhere in here. Anyhow, I'm gonna put together a pile of gallium arsenide and the silicon, and I'll run that through a blast furnace so that I've got some of the wafers when we come back. Because it would be nice to have this automated, right? So we've got the phosphorus wafer, and I think we could just run that through a laser engraver, right? So like, what are we making here? We're making CPU chips. I'm gonna make the CPU chips. I have to get the CPU wafers, right? And then we just run it through a cutter, no big deal. And the CPU wafers, we get them no matter what we dope it with. It's just how many we get. Okay, I just want to make sure it wasn't a different kite. So we can set that up to be automated at some point too, and that'll be in the near future, because that's one of our big bottlenecks. It'll eat all of our tools, all of our raw materials for a little bit, and it'll be okay. So I enjoyed this one. It's a little bit of setup and a little bit progressing, but you can see that, you know, I can grab all the materials we need and just set up a new multi-block, bam, just like that, and we're good. So until next time, I'll catch you on the flippity flop.